policy would go into effect immediately if it's approved next week.
Access to fresh produce and healthy food has been an issue plaguing South Augusta for a while now, but community leaders are taking matters into their own hands.
Celeste Springer is live at Journey Sherwood Community Church. It's on Old Louisville Road, where they're teaming up with Growing Augusta to bring a new farmers market to the area. So, Celeste, what are they hoping for with this?
Well, the big picture here is simple. Everyone deserves access to fresh food, and everyone here was clearly dedicated today because it was pouring down rain here earlier, but it was worth the wait. The sun is now shining, and so now you can already see they're picking back up, making some sales over here. Some locally grown fresh bell peppers, locally grown and fresh variety squash, and down here we have another retailer who's selling cleaning supplies and beauty care products. And then way down there, another produce seller who's selling tomatoes, eggplants, and plants that you can take home with you. So all of this is moves being made at the local level and at the state level to ensure that everyone has fresh produce in their fridge. Pastor Keith Walton noticed his area had a problem when he volunteered to deliver meals for Richmond County schools during the pandemic.
I literally became Uber Eats for Richmond County.
He realized the kids he was driving out to didn't have much at home, let alone healthy foods in the fridge.
There's no fresh market here.
That is, until now. Without markets like this, the health of families in the neighborhood is at risk.
Socioeconomic diseases, high blood pressure, hypertension, high cholesterol, diabetes, it's all a product of the fact that you can't get access to fresh produce.
Senator Harold Jones knows these issues all too well. He's heading up a committee looking into food deserts and food insecurity. They plan to have 4 meetings, hopefully one in Augusta.
And there we've provided input from different communities about what the issue is. We'll also hear from experts.
And they're taking all that info back to the State House.
The key goal is that we want to have legislation to actually address the issue.
They believe they can find ways to get more grocery stores or farmers markets like this out to the areas barren of green veggies. And with all this comes hope.
The fact that I know that kids are leaving here with fresh produce.
That long-standing change is coming for those who deserve better options and more color in their pantry. Organizers tell me one of the main things that they're hopeful for the future is to be able to accept EBT and SNAP benefits here. But for now, if there's anything that you saw here that you can't quite afford, they tell us they have free food options for you to pick up here as well.
Okay, a great service for that area, Celeste. Thank you. And the farmers market will be there the second Wednesday of every month if you want to mark your calendar. If you don't feel like leaving the house to get some local produce, a new online farmers market just launched in the CSRA. It's called Market Wagon. They'll deliver food from local farms right to your door. They'll deliver to Saluda, Aiken, Barnwell, Edgefield, and Orangeburg counties in South Carolina, and Columbia and Richmond counties in Georgia. We've got more info on WRDW.com.
A well-known restaurant inside the Children's Hospital of Georgia is closed for good. The McDonald's Inside Chalk has been a fixture at the hospital for years. Saturday, they officially closed their doors. You might remember years ago, the kids made all the decisions for this building, including the restaurant that would go inside. AU says McDonald's told them months ago they were planning to leave.
How about a way to be remembered for years to come at a historic building? Well, you can do that. You can have a brick inscribed in the Aiken County Public Library that's been standing for 100 years. They will be placed at the base of the library steps, and all the funds go toward the library renovations. Organizers say this is a way for the whole community to be a part of this project.
We feel like the personalization of all the bricks and all the messages are sort of uplifting and unifying. And for that reason, I think this is going to speak volumes for a long, long time about how Aiken feels about their library.
So if you're interested in a little piece of history, you have until July 31st to place your order. They're $100 a brick, and we'll have more info on our website.
Really cool idea there.
I love that.
The countdown for the Olympics is on, but this year you're going to have even more reasons to cheer for Team USA. Coming up, we sit down with one of our local basketball stars about her journey to Tokyo.
And it's another afternoon. Spread the word. It's all the news and info you need, and all on your time.
Wake up at 12:26 this morning. Weekday mornings from 4:30 to 7.
It might not look like traditional driver's ed, but that's because this course is put on by the people whose job it is to protect our roads.
As Sloan O'Cone reports, the new program is helping teens get hands-on driving experience for whatever comes their way.
At the end of Burnout Road, young drivers are texting and driving, using drunk goggles, and drifting. The goal? Teach teen drivers about distracted driving.
Kids are going to do things that they won't get a chance to do elsewhere. That's not just your, let's put a blinker before we turn kind of deal. This is more of a defensive driving.
It's proactive. Kids are practicing skid recovery, driving off the road, stopping short, and the dangers of driving and texting and drinking, all in a controlled environment. Lieutenant Canterbury says it's necessary.
Between the ages of 16 and 19, the #1 killer is sitting in the driveway. As a police officer, responding to a call where you have to put a sheet over a child is probably the worst one you can go to. It only takes a split second. A split second.
But out here, it's about having fun and learning to be safe. Before they hit the road, they go to a quick class and then get their hands on the wheel. And believe me, it isn't easy. And the kids agree.
They were both really hard. I think the beer goggles was probably the worst, though. Don't drink and drive, because I would crash into everything.
Columbia County Sheriff's Office wants the hands-on learning to prepare and protect these young drivers. In Columbia County, Sloan O'Cone, on your side.
And better to learn out there than on the interstate, right?
This is such a neat program, and I mean, I don't really think you have to beg your kids to take it either.
It kind of looks like fun.
It looks like a great
I
time.
want to sign up too. This program is entirely free. To sign up your kids, you can call Columbia County's Community Services.
And they do have to plan to have another class before the school year starts, so still time to get that hands-on training. Taking you back out now to the new South Augusta Farmers Market. It's set to wrap up in about 15 minutes, but they will be out there again every second Wednesday of the month. So another opportunity, but they did have to dodge some showers out there earlier.
Yeah, they did. Those tables, Riley, are starting to sprout back up because the storms have passed for now. We hope.
I know, yes. It's looking much better for us here around Augusta, at least for them to get that farmers market done complete. We are tracking that rain now moving east of South Augusta, so it does look better for us as we head later into this evening. That heavier rain is now starting to work its way